Well, everybody, the Booker list is here. 8 women and 5 men are on the long list of 2024. 3 people of color, all of them are men. The United States claims 7th of 13 spots, and this year there's no book from India or Sri Lanka, but instead the biggest surprise of all, one book is actually from Australia, a country that has been neglected for 14 years. The last time an Australian was on the list was in 2010 when Peter Carey was there with Barrett and Olivier in America. But no Asian authors, and no book from the Caribbean, and no book from Africa, which added up seems a bit sad to me. I don't know what you are thinking about this. From my prediction list, I scored 2 out of 13. Rachel Kushner, yeah, and Percival Everett, yeah, that's 15.38%. Not so bad. We have 3 debut novels on our list this year. All of them have published before, all of them authors. 5 books are available in the Stockholm City Library, and 2 additional actually are on my audiobook providers list, so I could reach 7 out of them. As always, I take a look at which books seem to cater to my reading preferences and which do not. However, I have booked all 5 books from the Stockholm Library and will give them, let's say, 25 pages to convince me that I should carry on. That I promise. I start with them, those 5 books. There will be a short description that I took from the Booker homepage, and I reveal right here and now that these descriptions do not say, let me put it mildly, too much about what kind of book we might be dealing with, what kind of book we should expect. They're mostly from the blurbs. I also have looked at the current Goodreads numbers for the books, and in the end of the video, so stay tuned, I will count them down from 13 to 1 after the Goodreads review points. But now first, the books from the library. Wild Houses by Colin Barrett. This is an Irish author and a story of 2 outsiders, says Booker, striving to find themselves as the world collapses in chaos and violence. Wild Houses is the first novel from award-winning writer for his short stories, Colin Barrett. So this plays in small-town Ireland with a lot of underworld, with violence, and a 17-year-old girl named Nikki who is looking for her missing boyfriend. That sounds basically interesting, and I'm looking forward to get the copy from the library in Stockholm. Please do that quickly so I can get it quickly. Held by Anne Michaels. She is a Canadian author. I'm always glad when I see Canadian authors on international lists. And Held is not her first novel. It's a narrative that spans about 4 generations. Moments of connection and consequence ignite and reignite as the century unfolds. That's what Booker is taking from the blurb. Held has been reviewed more or less negative, I think, here on BookTube. It is a family saga, quite short though, with 240 pages spanning over so many decades. I will get it from the library. I will tell you more once I get to it. Hopefully just in a few weeks, probably, because, yeah, people are queuing, you know that. Orbital by Samantha Harvey, a British author, one of the few British authors on that list. All of the women are white, actually, on the list. 8 women, 8 white women. 6 astronauts rotate in the International Space Station. They are there to do vital work, but slowly they begin to wonder, what is life without Earth? What is Earth without humanity? Very philosophical questions. Well, I like the cover of the book, but I don't like science fiction that much. The astronauts on that spaceship are from America, from Russia, from Italy, from Britain, and Japan. It is called an eloquent meditation on space and a moving elegy to our humanity, environment, and planet. I get that it is about the crisis and the future of our planet, but it does not really interest me that much. But I will get it from the Stockholm City Library. James by Percival Everett. That was the first book that I actually ordered from the library. I'm still waiting for it. A profound meditation on identity, belonging, and the sacrifices we make to protect the ones we love, which reimagines the adventures of Huckleberry Finn. That is James, the most positively talked about book of this year, I think, on BookTube. BookTube's super fave, definitely, and I can't wait to get to it. It is ordered from the library. I will return to you. My Friends by Hisham Matar, from a British, American-born author. I think he was born in the United States, yeah. An intensely moving novel about 3 friends living in political exile and the emotional homeland that friendship can provide. Well, it's a 496-pager about two Libyan young men who meet in a town called Edinburgh in Scotland. They get shot in London, which connects their lives together. And it's a book about the revolution in Libya and the lives of these two guys in London. It's very interesting, I think, and I'm looking really forward to that book. Enlightenment by Sarah, isn't it Samantha Perry? Well, I will correct that here in the video. A story of love and astronomy, Sarah Perry, told over the course of 20 years through the lives of two improbable best friends. Astronomy. It is said that it's rich in symmetry and symbolism. Enlightenment is a shimmering wonder of a book and Sarah Perry's finest work to date. I haven't read anything by Sarah Perry yet, and astronomy is an important topic. I'm really not that enthusiastic to get to this 384-pager of a Booker longlisted book in 2024. What's next? It is a book that I'm excited about. Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange from the United States, a Native American author. I've read his wonderful book, There. It is a tender, shattering story of generations of a Native American family struggling to find ways through displacement, addiction, and pain towards home and hope. That's the short Booker description. I wanted to read that book when I heard that it came out in, I think, early this year. It picks up the characters of Orange's first novel, There, which I've read, which I've liked. I actually was close to put it on my prediction list, but I didn't dare. Neither library nor audiobook provider have it. I might have to order that book. We'll see and get to that later. Maybe when I'm a little bit patient, the library will finally get it because they usually buy the long list of the Booker. Creation Lake by Rachel Kushner. Yes, one of my favorite authors. She is on the long list with that book that is coming first in September about a woman who is caught in the crossfire between the past and the future in this part spy novel, part profound treatise on human history. My God, what a white gap that is. Well, that was my prediction. I love Kushner. I love her novels. I love her essays, her intellect. And I will buy this book in September when it comes out. And I'm all in. Nothing left to hide. I'm falling. Harder than a landslide calling. No. I spent a week away from you last night. Okay, you know the song. Lighthouse, Hello Guys in the United States. This Strange Eventful History by Claire Messud, author from the United States of America. This is a book that charts the Khazars' unfolding story in a work of breathtaking historical sweep and vivid psychological intimacy. Yoon Lee, who's the chair of the jury, I think, this year, had blurbed this book very friendly. So actually, it's not a surprise that it is here, right? She probably said, folks, this one goes right in. A lot of bad reviews on BookTube about that book that people called it boring. From people I think have good judgment, among them Roro Reads. Hello, Roro. I pass for now, actually. And I'm not that interested in that book. Playground by Richard Powers, another of these American authors who have more than half of the spots on the long list. Playground explores that last wild place we have yet to colonize and interweaves profound themes of technology and the environment and a deep exploration of our shared humanity, says the Booker jury. Never read anything by this great author, I have to say that. Playground comes at the end of September. Again, like all the works of Powers, it deals with the environment. Important, but do I read books like this? Too little time, too many books. That's what I thought about Powers' earlier books, but maybe I will get to that because people seem to really like it. People who've got ARCs who are much luckier than me, poor booktuber. The Safekeep by Yael van der Wouden. Yeehaw! The first Dutch ever author. She wrote that book in English. She's a Dutch author. An exhilarating tale of twisted desire, histories and homes, and the legacy of one of the 20th century's greatest tragedies. What is that? That's the Second World War, yeah. A Dutch woman on the long list. The legacy of the Second World War and the love between two women in the IJsselmeer region of Holland. Not really super excited about this one either. It sounds pretty much okayish to me, and we'll see. Stone Yard Devotional by Charlotte Wood. Australia, Aussie, yeah. First book in 14 years from Australia. The past comes knocking in Charlotte Wood's fearless exploration of forgiveness, grief, and female friendship. That's what the Booker Foundation is writing about that book. Our Australian contender in this race, a woman living in a rural religious community in the outback of Australia. Sounds okayish, but not overwhelmingly interesting to me, I'm sorry to say that. And we have a last one, never the least, but always the last. It's Headshot by Rita Bullwinkel from the United States. A book that actually was never on my radar. It's funny, propulsive, obsessive, and ecstatic. Headshot is equal parts subtle and intense as it brings us to the sidelines of the boxing ring and above and beyond it. Well, women boxing, I do not like man boxing, and probably I do not like women boxing either. Raging Bull with Bob De Niro is certainly a good movie, a very old one. People refer to Rocky, I refer to Raging Bull, but more the scenes outside the boxing ring of Raging Bull fascinated me, and I don't want to see that movie again. Well, as I said, I'm going to take a look at some of all of these books, and Kushner, Everett, and Orange I definitely want to read, but that had nothing to do with a Booker. On the other hand, I'm grateful that the Longlist points me towards books like Wild Houses and My Friends, which I didn't have on my radar. What have you read already? What do you like and what do you dislike? Well, finally, don't forget this. Let's go to the Goodreads reviews, and we count just the books down from 13 to 1, and you know the winner of the Booker then. Number 13, The Strange Eventful History. Number 12, Stoneyard Devotional from Australia. Number 11, Headshot. Number 10, Held. Number 9, Orbital, the one-word books there, they end up there. Wild Houses is on number 8. Number 7 is Enlightenment, and now we get to the shortlist according to Goodreads reviews. Number 6, Tommy Orange, Wandering Stars, 3.92. Number 5, The Safekeep by Yael van der Wouden, 4.06. Number 4, Creation Lake by Rachel Kushner, 4.18. Number 3, My Friends by Hisham Matar, 4.34. Number 2, Playground, 4.47 by Richard Powers. And number 1 is the big favorite, the super duper trooper favorite of this year. It is Percival Everett with James with an incredible review score of 4.55. These were my remarks to the book list. I don't have to say so much more. I get back to my usual reading, to my normal reading. The next book I'm reading, or the current book that I'm reading is, Sunset in Jericho by the Canadian crime author Sam Weed. More to that, but I still owe you a single review about his whole life by the Canadian author Elizabeth Hay. That comes next. But now I'm checking out for work, and I say bye-bye.